Hi there, this is for November the 28th, and I was told to view these as paintings, so I do. Measure once, cut twice, said the old craftsman. Only careful planning and patient skill make a dovetail. Early cabinet makers were faced with the problem of joining two pieces of wood together. They were pieced together not only to bear the stress of use, but also of weather as well, especially in places where the summers are hot and humid and the winters are cold and dry. A plank of wood might change its dimensions from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch. It's quite enough for joints to fall apart and for cabinet drawers to stick. The dovetail joint holds because two interlocking pieces of wood, they both expand and contract at the same rate. The direction of the pull is against the locking of the joint. The byproduct of this fine craft is a joint that's so perfectly fitted that it really is a beautiful piece of artwork within itself. Cutting a dovetail joint is a demanding skill. The lines must be laid out with grace and with care, and the cutting must be done with a perfectly very fine, thin saw. The waste must be slowly trimmed away with a fine chisel, and the two pieces must interlock perfectly like matching mates. The making of a dovetail joint requires planning, skill, and a lot of patience. Nowadays, cheap synthetic materials don't even breathe with the comings and goings of the season. That might induce convenience, but it also reduces the chance of a relationship with the knowledge of nature. For when the cabinet makers sought to build furniture that was compatible with wood, the seasons, and their own integrity, they were perfectly in tune with the knowledge of nature. So that was the first part of November the 28th, and this is the second part. Uphold precepts, but be merciful. Gradually absorb until there is no need for law. Try to gain some wisdom that's beyond right and wrong. It was a young priest who returned to the community of his birth. Instead of the community that he once knew as a boy, actually the community was predominantly homosexual. He was uncertain. On one hand, he had to serve the people, and on the other hand, his sect forbid homosexuality and condemned it as a grave wrong. It seems that whatever he did, he would be a hypocrite. He eventually decided to accept all the people that came to him, but he still upheld the indoctrination of his sect. He saw his most important duty as mercy, and so he was able to help others without truly violating his precepts. When there is contradictions between beliefs, one must resolve them in favor of what one judges as being the higher principle. We should not sell our ideas short in the name of expedience or convenience or selfishness. Following a particular spiritual tradition means a full commitment to follow those rules in order to gain a full essence of that tradition. But we cannot afford to be dogmatic. Human law is unperfect. There will always be unprecedented circumstances. Thus, we must go beyond rules and operate instead with pure wisdom. We must act with experience, flexibility, and insight. Let us so absorb integrity, experiencing both its triumphs and its defeats. It's important that we do the right thing intuitively. Tradition is first, and mercy is greater than tradition, and wisdom is greater than mercy. See you next time. Bye!